Hey vinyl community, Joe here. How you doing today? It's what is it? End of September, almost the start of October. It's hard to believe time has gone by so quick. I hadn't made a video in a while. Been kind of busy. I'm a golf course mechanic, so this time of the year here in South Georgia is pretty busy. But I wanted to share with you today. I got a stack of records of some of the recent record finds of mine. I know I probably should use the word vinyl because that's what everybody says, vinyl. But I prefer a record. But here's some of the records I found here recently. Um, some of these, the majority of these are ones I found in live in person record shows or thrift stores or record stores, traditional record stores. Some have been on Whatnot or eBay, and maybe I'll point those out. First one is this 7 Seconds. Now, this is a record. I'm not familiar with the band. I saw the cover and it intrigued me. I did not look it up on Discogs. I just grabbed the record. And I'll be honest with you, like, if I'm out looking for records and I found a stack of records, I'm flipping through them. I don't normally look it up on Discogs. I see something like this, I don't know what it is. I'm going to buy it because I want to listen to it, regardless. You know, if it's not for me, either I'll sell it or I'll give it to somebody else that I think may enjoy listening to the record. But just check this cover out. I mean, look at this dude's haircut right here. I've never seen a haircut like that. The rest of the guys, yeah. But I bought this record because of this haircut right here. I've got to listen to this record. And it's actually a good punk rock record. It's in decent shape. It didn't come with the original inner sleeve. But I grade this record a strong VG. You can see the marks down there on this side of it right here. It's a strong VG. It plays good. It's a punk rock record. It's not a jazz record. You're gonna play this music's loud. You're gonna play it loud. You don't hear any noise. But it's actually a good listen. But this is 7 Seconds. Walk Together, Rock Together. Don't know much about this band. I know it's punk after listening to it. But it was a fun find, and you're probably I do sell my records primarily on Whatnot, and you'll see this record here soon on Whatnot. I'm not going to keep this. Punk rock music is not my thing, but that was a fun find. This next one is from my favorite solo artist of all time, Bob Dylan. This is Bob Dylan bringing it all back home. This is a 1965 mono, still in the shrink. And it does have the hype sticker here. Subterranean Homesick Blues is in the shrink. Normally, if the shrink doesn't have a hype sticker on it, I take it off. I'll be honest with you. Beautiful copy of this. This is a VG Plus copy. It's got some paper scuffing on it. Beautiful Columbia 2i. I can't remember what pressing it is, pressing plant, but it's a 65 mono. Beautiful copy, plays great. Probably one of my favorite Dylan albums. It's got Maggie's Farm. My wife hates Maggie's Farm. Subterranean Homesick Blues, Outlaw Blues. It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, She Belongs to Me. Bob Dylan's 115th Dream, Mr. Tambourine Man, It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. Just a great album. I mean, when Bob went electric, pissed everybody off, but and a great album cover. And this is a tough one to find with the album cover not yellowed. There's some yellowing on this one, but in the shrink, I couldn't pass it up. I hated Bob Dylan growing up, but he's my man now. I love Dylan. songwriting, the early stuff is what gets me. I'm hooked on the early stuff for Dylan. Um, and I that's probably one of my favorite Dylan albums. Probably my favorite, that one, and Blonde on Blonde and Blood on the Tracks. Next one, I'm a blues guy. That's mainly what I collect on vinyl. Um, and here's John Lee Hooker, probably one of my favorites. This is on Verve Folkways. I think this is a 60. This is a 66 mono. I bought this on Whatnot. The last two, the Dylan I got on Whatnot, and this one I got on Whatnot. I'd never seen this album before. This is a 66 mono. So it's on the Verve Folkway. This is absolutely gorgeous copy of this. VG Plus, borderline excellent on this. Verve Folkway. It's got some dust on it that you can see there. It's a great album. I mean, anything John Lee Hooker is a good listen. You have to have it on vinyl. Not all of them, but anything John Lee Hooker is a good listen. And this is a good one to have on vinyl. This is John Lee Hooker and Seven Nights. Some great songs on this. One of my favorite blues guys. Next up is Ry Cooder, Boomer Story. I don't hear a lot of people talk about Ry Cooder. Great musician, great guitarist. This is probably one of my favorite albums of his. Great guitar work on this. On the reprise. Is it reprise or reprise? I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. Reprise. But this is Ry Cooder. Great album. Boomer Story. If you don't know much about Ry Cooder, great, probably one of the greatest living guitarists of our day. Bottleneck guitar, slide guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar. It don't matter. He can play it, and he can play it extremely well. If you don't have any Ry Cooder in your collection, this would be a good place to start. Boomer Story. Always well recorded. Sounds great. Great musician. His son's a musician. I don't know how to say his name. Joachim, I think is how you say his name. Extremely well recorded albums, all of them. And this is probably my favorite album of his, Boomer's Story, Ry Cooder. And I bought this on Whatnot as well. Next up is the Black Keys. Purchased this from their website. This album is their newest album. It came out in August. This is autographed. Probably need to tear the shrink off of this. Does come with, I think it comes with it comes with a poster. Comes with a fold-out poster, I think, of the back of the cover here. Also has I don't have the lyrics with it, but it has title tracks and credits with the insert. And I don't know what the color is on this, but it's blue vinyl. Blue vinyl, beautiful blue vinyl. It's got a great sound. This is a good sound. I prefer when the Black Keys stick to their blues rock. This is a good sounding album. I know their latest, their album that came out 2024, I guess it was. They had some disagreements, if you will. You can look it up. I'm sure if you follow the Black Keys, you've heard about it. But their tour got cut short last year for their album that came out last year. But this is the newest one. This is, what's the name of this album? No Rain, No Flowers. But this is an autographed copy. I subscribe to their website, and usually when they come out with something limited edition like this, usually when I click on the link, they send text via text or email. It's sold out. This one wasn't sold out, and I was able to get a copy of this. But this is signed by Dan and Patrick. Glad to have this in the collection. All right, next up is Fenton Robinson. Somebody Loaned Me a Dime. This is a DJ copy. White label promo sample, not for sale. Fenton, like I said, I'm a blues guy. This is on Alligator. This came out in 1974. This was reissued later years. They use a different cover. Him sitting in a chair, and I prefer this cover. This is a great cover, and this has got somebody loaned me a dime, which Boz Scaggs covered in his self-titled album and did not give Fenton credit for it. Fenton made him give credit. You know, he got his money. So, but this is a wonderful copy of this. It does come with a kind of a write-up about Fenton typed out on the typewriter here. Really happy to have this in the collection. White label promo. Sounds great. Fenton, you know, a lot of people don't talk about Fenton. Great guitarist, great singer, some soulful, funky sounds, and just, you really need to look him up. If you like the blues, if you're into the blues, you'll like Fenton. Next up, we got Mr. James Cotton, Pure Cotton. And this is an upgrade copy to the copy I had in my collection. This is a 68, and this has got Mr. James Cotton himself and also Michael Bloomfield. And this is why I was drawn to this album, because Michael Bloomfield is on this album. He's credited as Advice and Enthusiasm, but I'm sure he played on it. I didn't look it up, didn't research it per se. But this is a beautiful copy of this album. This thing is almost, in my opinion, near mint. I purchased this one, got rid of my old copy. But this is James Cotton, harmonica player, got a great sound. Again, if you see this out and about, pick this up. It's a great sounding blues album. Mr. James Cotton, and Worried Life Blues is probably my favorite song, but it's a great album. Just about every one of his albums are good. And Who's Afraid of Little Red Riding Hood? But I love James Cotton. Just about any album I see of his out in the wild, I scoop it up. Next up, I do collect the blues, but anytime I see great jazz albums, I pick them up. This is a 61. This is a 61 mono. Columbia. And this has Miles Davis, Cannonball Adderley, John Coltrane, Red Garland, Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe Jones on it. And this is a beautiful Columbia 6i. It's got some paper scuffing on it. I would grade it visually VG+, but this thing plays great. Miles Davis, Milestones. If you're just getting into jazz, Miles Davis is a great person to pick up and listen to. Plus John Coltrane, and you got Cannonball Adderley. Just a great lineup on this. This is a mono copy, Milestones on Columbia. Sounds great. Who else is on this? Paul Chambers. Like I said, the past few months I picked up some great stuff, and I think I picked this up locally. I grabbed this at my local record store. James Cotton I got on Whatnot. This next one I picked up on Whatnot. Probably my favorite Bob Dylan album. This is a stereo. I have an OG mono of this, Blonde on Blonde, and this is the one. This is a later reissue with the. I call it the girlfriend. I don't think it. Maybe it was his girlfriend. I don't know. But I have a mono copy of this with the girlfriend. I call it, like I said, the girlfriend cover. But this is a stereo copy. I picked this up because I didn't have a stereo copy of this because I wanted to play it. But this is a Columbia 2i stereo copy of this Blonde on Blonde. I think it's Bob Dylan's masterpiece. Recorded mainly in Nashville, Tennessee. Charlie McCoy, Charlie Daniels is on this, plays guitar on this. I know, probably plays more, but anyways, really glad to have this in the collection alongside my mono copy of this. Haven't yet to play them back to back. It's a double album, so I mean, you're sitting and listening to a lot of music for a long period of time, but I've got to get to listening to this against the mono copy of this, because it was recorded in mono, and then later on they done the stereo. However they done the stereo recording, I don't know, but I want to listen to it. I'm not smart enough to remember all that, how they done the mono versus the stereo of this, if this was a fold down, whatever. But I know it's primarily mono copy, mono recording. Next up, we got Santana Abraxas, and this is a quad. Great album. Covers that great song, Black Magic Woman from Peter Green. Fantastic copy. I don't have a quad system per se, but the quad mix is always interesting. Sometimes it's different than the regular stereo or mono mix, however it's recorded. But the quad, most of the time, is different, is interesting to hear. But this is a great album. I have an OG copy of this, but was glad to pick this. I picked this up on eBay. I bought this on eBay. But really glad to have this in the collection. It sounds phenomenal. Phenomenal. This one did not have a poster. The copy I do have, this OG, does come with a poster. I don't know if this originally came with a poster or not. I'll leave that in the comments below if you do know that. But really glad to have this in the collection. Next up, we got Philip Upchurch. I always call him Phil, because sometimes it's Philip, sometimes it's Phil. I like Phil better. If I was named Philip, I would want to be called Phil. But this is Darkness. It's on the Blue Thumb label. I love this record label. Got some killer stuff on this label. But I found out about Phil via Muddy Waters Electric Mud. Phil played in the Rotary Connection. But this is a gatefold 71 on this. 71 copy. But he covers Fire and Rain by James Taylor. Really good cover of that. Please Send Me Someone to Love by Percy Mayfield. Cold Sweat by James Brown. Inner City Blues by Marvin Gaye. You've Got a Friend by Carole King. What was the other one? The Youngbloods, Darkness. And Sausalito Blues by Phil Upchurch. Joe Sample plays on this. Who else was on? Oh, Donny Hathaway plays on this as well. If you're in the guitar-driven jazz, this is some funky jazz. Phil can play. He can play. And this is a great album to have in your collection if you're into guitar-driven jazz. This next one I found local at a thrift store. This is Coleman Hawkins, The Hawk Flies High. It's on Riverside. This is a later reissue. I want to say, I believe, let me see, I got it right here. 58. This is a 1958 issue. This originally came out in 57. On Riverside, it had the white label, Riverside. This is a blue label, Riverside. Beautiful copy. I don't have, this is the only Coleman Hawkins I have in my collection. VG Plus, at least, on here. Great sounding album. The Hawk Flies High. This has got a great lineup on it as well. You got Coleman Hawkins, J.J. Johnson, Hank Jones, Joe Jones on drums. That's the only people I know. There's some other people on there I don't recognize the name, but great lineup, great sounding album. What's this say? I don't think this was a Get Van Gelder. But I love the river. I love the Riverside label. I was very happy to pick this up, and I got this for, near nothing. Well, as soon as I saw the cover, I said I gotta have that. It didn't matter. I recognized the name, Coleman Hawkins. Recognized the cover. Had to have it. No questions asked. The last two, I've only got two more. The last two are, let's see, let's do this one. This is one I've been looking for a long time. You don't find many. I've never seen this guy's records here in South Georgia in the wild at all. And I've been looking for a good copy of this for a very long time. This is Right On, Brother by Boogaloo Joe Jones. And I think his name is Ivan Jones. But he goes by Boogaloo Joe Jones. Very much like Mel Brown. I'm a big Mel Brown fan. Mel Brown played with B.B. King, a lot of blues guys. This guy's the same way. Session guitarist. Fantastic guitarist. And this is on the Prestige. Still in the shrink on this. This is an OG copy. I think it's come out 1970. BG Plus on this. I picked this up off of eBay. Beautiful copy of this. Great sound. His song Brown Bag is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But look up Boogaloo Joe Jones. Got a great guitar, smooth sound, funky sound. If you're into blues, if you're into jazz guitars, you'll love this guy. Very much like in the same lines, like I said, as Mel Brown. The next record, I purchased this off of Whatnot from one of my favorite Whatnot sellers. His name is Nicky Fantazzi, and he goes by Yo Nicky on Whatnot. And this record is from one of my favorite bands, Black Keys, and this is a test pressing of Brothers. In 2010, they came out with a record store day version of Brothers that came with a 10-inch, and this is the test pressing. From everything that I can tell, this is the test pressing of Brothers, and it is 45 RPM. This thing sounds phenomenal. So you got the double album, 45 RPM, 12-inch test pressing. That's all dust on there. Pressed in Germany of Brothers. Probably my favorite of the Black Keys, other than Delta Cream and the Junior Kimbrough. Chahoma, Mississippi, I think is how you say it. Black Keys, double album, 45 RPM. You can see all the dust, paper particles on there. But anyways, this thing sounds absolutely phenomenal. I wasn't collecting records in 2010, or I would have picked this up. It's very pricey. The Black Friday version of this it's actually more expensive than what I paid for this. But here's the 10-inch. I can't remember what's on the 10-inch, but like I said, I love this album. I cherish this album. I play this all the time. I have a 2010 version of the original of the release of Brothers, but I cherish. This is test pressing of that 2010 Black Friday. So that's my haul from July, maybe I think it's July, and up until now, of what I've picked up. Leave in your comments below what some of the things, what you think of some of the things I picked up, or let me know what you've picked up. Probably my prized possession is this and the Boogaloo Joe Jones. Really glad to have both of these. But some of these, like the 7 seconds, I'm not going to keep that. I'm going to put that in my Whatnot auction. I'm going to put a link below for my Whatnot auctions. I don't really sell on eBay. I prefer selling on Whatnot because on Whatnot I can show you the record. I also have a setup in here in this office of mine where I can play the record for you, so you can visually see what the record looks like, but also you can hear what the record looks like, or hear what the record sounds like before you bid on it or purchase it. So if you're not on Whatnot, if you use the link below, you can get a I believe it's $15 credit towards your first purchase. If you do have an account, the link below will lead you to my Whatnot account, so that you can see my shows. I don't normally schedule shows ahead of time. I usually do it at least once a week, sometimes on Sundays, but who knows? It's not my full-time gig. I just do it for fun. But you'll see probably most definitely the punk rock album here soon, because that's not something I'm going to keep. Like I said, blues guy, jazz guy, those are the ones I'm going to keep. But thank you, if you got this far, thank you for joining me. If you would consider giving me a follow, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next video.